A very good morning. Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast show on this Monday morning. Monday morning that's been musically infused with the sounds of the digital Sangoma, something that might make a lot of you at home go, what? Digital Sangoma? But this is the man right here. And like we know you as Mandi.
Mandi Mafi.
Mandi Mafi. And so what happened? Where did this digital Sangoma guy come from?
It's just the direction in which my music was taking.
Yeah.
You know, more dance, more traditional elements. And then it's been obviously a project that I was working on for a couple of years. And then it felt like it was the right time.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the digital Sangoma, it was actually somebody wrote it on Twitter, who's a good friend of mine, Don Skelido.
Oh,
and I was like, yo, man, let's sit down because I really like that concept. And
yes,
what concept? Oh no, that's just a hashtag. I don't care about it. It's like, okay, I'll take it, I'll keep it. So we started working on a project 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you know, as I progressed, the more I chased, the more I got to know myself. You know, obviously when you start producing, you double with a lot of things, you know. So I decided to just go back to where it started, you know. So that's where the traditional elements, the Xhosa chantings and the drums and the Sangoma sounds came in. So it felt like it was the right time. And then,
and I mean, within a community, the Sangoma or the traditional healers are those people that do, I think to a certain extent, bring the community together. When people need help, they go to the Sangoma, to the tradition.
Of course.
Do you see yourself as that kind of force within the music industry?
In a sense, I am. You know, because whenever I'm around, when the beats drop, you forget everything.
People come together.
You get this. You know this.
All right.
So when that beat drops, you forget all your worries. And now you're with the music.
Yeah.
You know, the spirits takes over.
Yeah.
So that's the whole vibe, you know? And
I wanted to ask this from a business point of view, because you are a producer, you are a recording artist, you got Mandi yourself, and you got the digital Sangoma as well. How are you handling all of that at once? Or is it just kind of like, do you have a double-up twin somewhere that's doing the work?
Not really. It's a lot of work. I wouldn't lie. You know, there are times where it's very, very stressful. But you know, it's because I love what I do. You know, and the passion that I have, it sort of like darks everything else. You know, so it overcomes all the struggles because I love music and whenever I produce, so. Yeah, there are times, you know, when I have to focus on the business side because there are phases, you know. You start with producing the track and then now you want to tell the story. And then once you've produced the song, you have to think about the video. You have to think how people are going to relate to the song and how you're going to make sure that people can actually listen. It touches them in a way. So all of that, so there are phases, like steps by step. So I make sure that that's what I do. You know? And
I want to ask something, because it might be a bit of a controversial question, but I'll put it to you anyway. There might be people out there that say that you are taking this Sangoma thing, which is something that's perhaps very sacred to some people in African cultures, and you are now using it as a way of getting yourself out there, like, popularizing it, do you know what I mean? Instead of respecting it for the cultural impact that it has. What would you say to people like that?
I think, you know, because I'm affected by that myself, you know, being a closer person, I grew up with such surroundings. And I think, in a way, we have to celebrate our culture, you know, and the way in which I do it, you know, because you know, what's happening now with the music, with African content, people are very fascinated with what we have to do. And we have to tell our stories, you know, and that's up to us, you know, to do that, because people from the West, they actually started coming and they started using all these sounds that we have, and they started doing these kind of concepts, you know. So in a way, I'm celebrating it, and let it be if it means it, because I'm also a business person per se. So it's best for somebody that knows it, that can actually, because it's not in a way apart from just being, oh, it's an opportunity that people can really, but also it's something that I can connect with. You see what I'm saying? So
And you touched on something that I want to touch on right now, the African diaspora out there, our brothers and sisters on the continent. Are you looking to collaborate with any African artists? Have you spoken to any of them? Do you want to maybe tour to one of the country's biggest cities and go and perform there maybe?
I have spoken to quite a few, but I'm not really in the stage where I can drop names. But there's been a lot of interest on digital Sangoma across the globe, especially after my performance at City MF.
Yeah.
And people wanted the more representation of sound, something that they can go back and say, oh wow, this is how he sounds like, this is what he does. So there's been a lot of people that have been knocking on the door. So, but I have to be very selective, I have to be careful in who I work with. But there are exciting projects coming up.
Absolutely, so, looking forward to that, especially because your EP, Villager at Heart, is now available. That includes songs like you heard earlier on, like When We Were Younger, including Asipenza, that features Amilcar Maserati and Don Skilito. But this last one, Intombi Zaselhaya, what's that song about?
Sorry.
You just had to just get it in there.
Yes, I had to. You know, it's celebrating African women, you know, of all shapes and all kinds, you know. And you know what, when we growing up, you know, we have all these girls bang the bass bitch, you know this, you know, so, and as a young boy who's not really sure, hasn't found his place on the planet, so you get sort of like intimidated. But if you're strong-willed and then you get intrigued, so it celebrates those kind of women, sensuality, you know, it's a more of celebrating women with good confidence, African, whether you're thick, whether you're slim, but the way in which you embody yourself.
Celebrating our sisters out there.
Exactly.
Well, here he is right now. The digital Sangoma with Intombi Zaselhaya.
Hey.
Ketawela, tombelo bubele gazi. Tangawela, tombelo bubele gazi. Lili bongo standasa, wona milanga we lili bongo standasa. Lili bongo standasa. Wona milanga we lili bongo standasa. Kazi chonge, wachonge, kazi chonge, kazi chonge. Intombi Zaselhaya, Intombi Zaselhaya zijonge. Hey, oh, hey, Intombi zonke zalelale, zifuna zonke ukufana lawo. Ketawena, tombelo bubele gazi. Tandawena, tombelo bubele gazi. Lili bongo standasa, wona milanga wengi lili bongo standasa. Lili bongo standasa. Wona milanga wengi lili bongo standasa. Jonge milenza madoda. Jonge, nanti. How come girl do How come girl do How come girl go How come girl listen me Losaka. If you give your heart to me, I will give my soul to you. If you give your heart to me, I will give my soul to you. Lili bongo standasa, ora milanga we lili bongo standasa. Lili bongo standasa, ora milanga we lili bongo standasa. Lili bongo standasa, ora milanga we lili bongo standasa. Lili bongo standasa. sa. Bona mina ngawe ngithi bongo sithandwa sa. How come? How? Yeah, that's the digital Sangoma. Thank you very much. That's it. Hey.